muted.
There.
Hey, how you doing?
Boom.
All right, that's.
So here's your main volume, and these are your singular ones.
All right, turn us both down.
But so
Here?
Yeah, so whatever works for you guys.
All right, that's you, so turn that down. Can you talk to me? Let me hear it.
Check, check, check.
Down.
Me?
Yeah.
How now?
Keep going down.
Good?
Mine's got to go way down.
Try now. Oh, that's louder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go way down.
How's me?
You're still freaking so loud for me.
Really?
Yeah,
right?
Twist mine a lot. Other way. Right there. Keep going. All right, up more a little bit.
How you doing?
More this way. This way a little more. Check me. Keep checking me. I'm good right there.
You're good here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, go up. Go this way with both of ours. All right.
Boom.
A little more.
Boom.
Keep going for me.
Boom.
Keep going for you.
Hello, hello.
How do you feel?
I can hear you.
Let me. Is this you?
This is. I'm
I
getting
like
louder.
that.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Right here. For both of us? Are you good?
I'm okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
That's cool.
Alrighty, so I need to write an intro quick on the back of this piece of paper.
Okay. Carthage, Calvin Carthage.
Wait, what's the name of this tournament?
The Midwest Challenge. 12th annual. I hope so.
Welcome to DeVos Fieldhouse on the campus.
12th Midwest Challenge.
For tonight's 12th annual
Yep.
Midwest Challenge.
Keselowski?
Good evening, ladies
Kadrash.
and gentlemen, and welcome to DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for tonight's 12th annual Midwest Challenge. For tonight's.
I'm going to mute these for a second.
You'll probably ask me about matchup.
Are we on? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for tonight's 12th annual Midwest Challenge. In the first round, first game of the night, we have Calvin College, and they are going to be matched up against the Redmen from Carthage. I'm Casey Rutledge, and alongside me, as always, the lefty sharpshooter out of Saginaw, Michigan, James. Jimmer Rogers. Jimmer, it's good to be back with you, man.
Hey, it feels great to have the headset back on, Casey. I'm excited for this Midwest Challenge, being able to take in a couple of games tonight. 4 quality basketball programs, and we'll see how Carthage and Calvin have gone back and forth in this challenge. Last year, Calvin won by 2 in this game, so I'm looking forward to a tough back and forth matchup.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at both teams. For Carthage, Jimmer, I like Jordan Kodrowski. I mean, this guy can really fill it up. He's got games this year of 27, 19, and 20. And in those games from three-point range, he's 14 to 26. Okay?
Sure.
That's good for 54%. Now you look at those 2 other games in which they've played. They're 4-1 on the season. In those 2 games, he's gone 2 for 10 from 3.
Right.
And in their lone loss, he was 1 of 7 for 3 against Adrian. So
Sure.
kind of what I'm looking at is Kodrowski can fill it up. Can he go deep enough, and can he stay hot from 3 in order to give them a chance at the high-scoring Calvin offense?
Right. I mean, you're talking about Kodrowski. That's putting pressure on a freshman right there.
Mm-hmm.
Relying on him to score. He is your leading scorer at 16 points per game, but he also dishes it too. He's leading the team in assists with 21, and a lot of the offense runs through this freshman. And so I'm excited to see how the upperclassmen leaders of Calvin try to control and contain Kodrowski, who has, through 5 games, really shown a great transition from the high school game to college.
Absolutely. And his sidekick, Mr. Consistent, Mike Stevenson, this year,
Yes.
he's got games of 13, 14, 18, and 15. He doesn't necessarily shoot it well from 3, but what he does do is rebounds the ball well.
Right. He rebounds well, 6.4 he'll give you per game so far through 5 games. And so, yes, it's very top-heavy on this Carthage Redmen team with scoring. Kodrowski at 16, and you get 13.5 from Stevenson. And so Calvin, I'm sure, has game plan. They're prepared for that freshman-junior combo of Carthage. And, again, we'll see what the defensive game plan against those 2 top scorers.
Right. Sorry.
And the third leading scorer, I just want to say, on Carthage right now is Brad Cruz, the sophomore. So, again, another underclassman who's really contributing. Just a second year in college ball, just over 8 points per game. So keep an eye on for Cruz.
Absolutely. On the other side of the court for Calvin, Jordan Daly. He's the big name for Calvin this year. Games of 11, 13, 25, 15, 22, and 17.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Jim, he's their guy. The only issue with him, he struggled a little bit this season from the stripe. Free throw line shooting just 57%.
Right. 57%. And 35% from 3, though. He likes to fill it up. You saw him in the years past, just Hope Calvin games, just watching Calvin throughout last season and seeing him kind of take a seat back to Jordan Brink from last year.
Don't mention that name, man. Don't do it.
Tough to mention on a Hope broadcast for sure. But we got Carthage Calvin here, and we're focused on these 2 teams. And, yeah, I'm excited to see Daly's game, just over 18 points per game right now. He's the leader. He's a senior, and he's not going to bow out of this Midwest Challenge with a subpar effort. He's going to bring it.
Absolutely. And for Calvin also, you got Parks. He's 21 he's got games of 21, 15, 15. Those are 3 wins for Calvin. 2 wins for Calvin. In the 3 losses, he's got 6 points, 6 points, and 8 points. What Austin Parks is going to show up? So that's a question we've got. But for now, we're going to listen to the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Field for game number 1 of the Midwest Challenge. Tonight's featured teams include the Redmen of Carthage College and the Calvin College Knights. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Carthage, have 1 forward, 6'4" junior from Burlington, Wisconsin, number 20, Mike Stevenson. And at 1 forward for the Knights, a 6'5" sophomore from Watsonville, number 32, Michael Wilkes. At 1 forward for Carthage, a 6'3" freshman from Bolingbrook, Illinois, number 21, Jordan Katrowski. And at 1 forward for Calvin, a 6'3" senior from Grand Rapids, number 34, Jordan Daly. Starting at center for Carthage, a 6'4" sophomore from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, number 25, Brad Cruz. And at center for Calvin, a 6'8" junior from Stevensville, number 30, Michael Welch. At 1 guard for Carthage, a 6'1" senior from East Troy, Wisconsin, number 4, Miles Olson. And at 1 guard for Calvin, a 6' senior from Niles, number 10, Austin Parks. And at the final guard spot for Carthage, a 6'3" junior from Bloomingdale, Illinois, number 10, Mike Kelsey. And at the final guard spot for Calvin, a 6'2" sophomore from South Haven, number 20, Tony Canone. Carthage College is coached by Bosco Jared Pope.
All right, the starting lineups for Calvin and Carthage. You just heard them. We'll go over them again. For Calvin, it's Austin Parks, Tony Canone, Michael Welch, Michael Wilkes, Jordan Daly. And for Carthage, it's going to be Miles Olson, Mike Keldson, Mike Stevenson, Jordan Kadrowski, Brad Cruz. Jim, Calvin's going to have to find a way to recover from a big injury that they faced at practice on Monday.
Yeah, Cam Denny, we hear, is out of here, and he is. Wasn't in the starting lineup. He gives you just around 12 points per game, 7 rebounds, and he leads the team in assists. So Denny, that's a huge absence right here for the Calvin Knights. We'll see how they make up for it. Both teams like to score also, right around 80 points per game, and we'll see what the pace is out early. They both get around 80 a game.
We are about to tip off here at DeVos Fieldhouse. First round action. Tip is tipped out of bounds immediately off Carthage. We got about 3 seconds run off the game clock, and the ball's going to be in favor of Calvin. Canone goes off of a screen. It's going to wait for Parks. Parks at the top of the key. He's trying to go down into the paint. There's going to be a foul called. That ball into Mike Welch. Foul is going to be on Stevenson. That's his first for Carthage.
Looking down to Welch in the post there. Couldn't quite get it to him. I like the man-to-man so far in this first, 15 seconds, but Redmen look disciplined on D here.
Parks, he's open for 3 late in the shot clock. That's up, and that's good. 3 points.
Looked like the Redmen went to zone there, too, and Parks got an open look. Nice touch from the outside. He likes to shoot the 3, too. He puts up just over 7 per game.
Stevenson down the lane, draws a little bit of contact. The tough layup is in.
You already see the junior going to work there. He's right around 13.5 per game.
Parks to Daly. Daly's the big man, do-it-all man for Calvin this year. In his 4th year, his senior year for Calvin.
There's Cruz there on the steal. He's leading the team. Entry as Daly swipes it here for Calvin.
Daly all the way down. The layup is good. 5-2 Calvin. A minute into the game.
Don't want to get Daly that easy one early. Unfortunate for the Redmen. Get him out on a fast break. He's the leading scorer, so watch out for Daly.
Long 3-point attempt by Kadrowski. That's the freshman. We talked about getting him going early. That 3 ball is no good. And Daly on the drive. Kicks it out to Canone. We're going to have an off-ball foul here on Carthage. Who is it? Mike Stevenson's going to get the foul. Is that his second already?
Number 2. Looks like 2 on the scoreboard. Nope.
All right, well, that's just his first. That's a 3-point attempt. Canone, no good. And the rebound is corralled by Cruz. Cruz to Olson. Olson takes a ball across the timeline, going to set things up for the Redmen. Cruz to Olsen. Olsen from 3. This one no good. Daly, another rebound, and they're going to push it. Parks this time for the Knights.
Daly, a couple early rebounds here, too. He's second on the team in that category.
Daly kind of forced one there early in the shot clock. That clanks off glass, no good. And the rebound by Kudrowski. He's going to throw errant pass to the Calvin bench. That's going to be a turnover, 5-2 in favor of the Knights. Parks patient with it to Welch. Welch at the top of the key now. Back to Parks. Looks like Carthage is switching all those screens. As you know, one thing for Carthage, as a long three-point attempt, no good by Parks. One thing I was going to mention for Carthage is across the board, not a ton of height. So it's both a plus and a minus that they can switch those screens. Now they can do it on their end. It's not necessarily favorable when it's a big man screening for a little guy. For Calvin, the size mismatch, but across the board for Carthage, about 6'4", 6'5", as tall as they go.
Exactly.
Refs are going to whistle a travel on Daly.
The in-the-paint game for both teams is going to be interesting to watch here, both offensively and defensively, both sides.
Olsen now with it, the skip pass to Cruz. Cruz for 3, no. It's going to be Calvin in the break. We've got a foul there. The bucket by Wilkes is good. You can count that one. He's going to go to the line.
Sophomore Wilkes, great balance in the air there, control the knock home and one opportunity here. Sophomore from Hudsonville, Unity Christian High.
Completes the three-point play. It's now 8-2 in favor of the Knights.
Wilkes gets to just over 7 points per game, so that's nice production from a second-year player.
One thing that we mentioned, too, in that pregame talking to you, Jim, was yes, both teams can score it. Now, if Calvin can find a way to limit the scoring production from the two big scorers for Carthage in Kudrowski and Stevenson, that's where this game could get lopsided. You see both of them cold right off the bat. Stevenson does have that layup, but shooting 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 4 from the field. I mean, it's early, it's 8-2, but that's how you're going to see Calvin really run away with this thing if that is the case.
Right. Got to contest the shots, too.
Kudrowski to Olsen, doing a 5-out kind of shell offense. Olsen drives, kicks, Stevenson 3, no good. It's going to be rebound, loose ball off Daly last.
Stevenson doesn't put up a whole lot of threes, just 8 attempts. That was his 9th on the season. 5 games in, this is the 6th one, so
He's
rare
made
3-point attempt.
Right, he's made just 1 on the year. So
yep.
The inbound is tipped out by Calvin. We're going to have, I think, Welch touched that one last.
I'm off of you.
See if they run something through Kudrowski here.
Kudrowski drives down in the lane. That's no good. Cruz tipping it around, gets the ball back out to Kelton to Olsen. Back to Cruz. This one's going to be Stevenson one more time. He's going to bang that one in.
There you go. Just mentioned how he doesn't put up 3 much, but they're 2 quick fires. Got one to fall. That's big for Carthage. Get off that 2-point schneid. Cut it to 3.
Canoni to Parks. Parks, jab step. He's going to throw up a 3, but before then, we're going to have a foul on the ground on Olsen. Couple substitutions in for Calvin. They're going to switch. 3 different players come in. It's going to be Seth Van Engen.
It's like Seagulls in there. Inbound in the ball.
And Nate Drews. Neither team really able to find much motion. There's been quite a few turnovers, 3 for Carthage and 2 from Calvin. A couple off-ball whistles, a few out of bounds. It's not much continuity to this game as we're almost 5 minutes into things.
And that could be the idea behind that 3-man substitution for Calvin.
Right. Parks, short corner jumper inside 3. That's going to fade and go in. It's 10-5 now, Calvin.
I like Parks' game, working off screens, keeping his eyes up, looking for teammates. He's your prototypical point guard running the basketball squad.
There it is, 3-point attempt. Good, Kadrowski. He's on the board now for Carthage.
Like to see that. If you're the Redmen, get an open look for Kadrowski. He's your leading scorer. Keep pouring it in.
Confident look, pretty smooth stroke there.
Yep. Seen a lot of 3 balls go up early for Carthage.
Siegel with the great backdoor cut. He was denied, though. Daly gets down the middle. Layup no good. Goes for his own rebound. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by him. Kronemeyer's going to check in now for Daly. And Cannoni back in. So you've got Daly and Parks. 2 starters. Welch also. And Wilkes on the bench. You got 5 new in for Calvin. Drive in by Kadrowski. That's no good. Stevenson fights for the rebound. He's going to get a little touch there on the layup. It's good. Now it's all tied up. Carthage, Calvin, 10 apiece, 14 and 18 to go here in the first half.
Stevenson will go for some of those offensive boards throughout the game tonight. Leading rebounder for the Redmen and a fighter. Good scorer, too.
Drews to Cannoni. That ball's tipped. Kadrowski leads the break. Stevenson, little 2-man game. He's going to go up for the layup. No good, but there is a foul.
Calvin foul number 4, Nick Kronemeyer. That is his first. Team's second.
First free throw by Stevenson is up and in. He's got 7 already.
He shoots it pretty well from the charity stripe, now 23 of 30 on the season. Good for just over 76%. You like that.
Take them both.
When you can hit over 75% as your leading rebounder, too.
All right, well, you got Stevenson 9, Kadrowski 3. How many has Carthage got? 12? Yeah, that's all of them.
Yep. A lot of the offense being run through freshman Kadrowski and junior Stevenson right now.
Kronemeyer looking to back down the defender. Cannoni. Good pass back to Kronemeyer to drive off glass and in.
Good take there by Kronemeyer. I like his game off the bench. 16 minutes per game right now, but he gives you just under 5 points per game, and you saw that after this foul here on Calvin. But Kronemeyer ready to take it to the rack right when he got the ball. Kept his head up, eyes on the glass. Great take.
Drew Joyner and Kevin Kozel in for Carthage 2. Guys seeing some of their first action of the night. Kozel around the horn to Kadrowski at the top of the key. He's got 5 on the shot clock. A high screen by Cruz. He's going to drive. Right side, layup, no good, but there is yet another foul. And, Jim, if you continue to get whistles, why not keep attacking the basket?
Right. Kadrowski's been down in the lane a few times already. Didn't get a call the last couple of times in there, but here he is at the line. Finally, he'll like to find a little rhythm here at the free throw stripe.
Carthage now with the lead at 13-12. We have 13 minutes to play here as the back end is no good.
Yeah, free throws have been a little struggle for the freshmen so far, just 60% on the season.
Kronemeyer swings to Cannoni. Cannoni off the dribble. Pass. Van Engen for 3. That's no good. Rebound goes to the Knights. Back to Kronemeyer. Crossover, pull up 14-footer. No good. Rebound again. That's a second offensive rebound for Calvin. Layup up And good. It's Mike Siegel. We haven't seen a ton of time out of him necessarily all season,
Really?
but that goes back to the injured Cam Denny. He's out. Who's going to step in? Denny coming in at 6'6", maybe even 6'7". They need another big man body out there.
Yeah, how about it? Siegel just in his 3rd game tonight and 7 minutes per game, and you see that he kept the possession alive there not just once but twice for the Knights, and now here he is, completes the and one. But in those 7 minutes, he has scored 5 a game. But again, this is just his 3rd appearance on the season. You like that energy. Your coach, Kevin Vandestreek for Calvin.
Lee to check in for Carthage after that buzzer. He's got the ball at the top of the key. Swing to Kozley. He's going to be fouled by Kronemeyer.
Looked like he went a long ways there after just a little bump, but he looks to be all right.
Austin Parks back into the game to run the point for Calvin. And Mike Leeser in for Carthage. Kozel swings to Cruz. Cruz a jab step. Back to Lee. From Lee to Joyner. A 3-point attempt for Carthage. That's going to be no good. Mike Leeser. Daly now swings to Welch. Welch to Parks. Welch on the screen and roll. Comes up shy. Back down to Daly. Spin once, spin twice, up and under. Layup no good, but there is a foul. You can tell Daly, and he's the point scorer for Calvin, has been so far. You can tell he's really trying to get things going, maybe forcing a little bit. And you do want your hot shooters and your best players getting going, getting a lot of shots up, getting in the action. But a lot of times it's got to be in system too, and I don't see that so far out of Daly.
Right, and I don't know what it was. His body language was a little flustered, in the first 8 minutes here. Misses a free throw there, and you can see he's kind of annoyed with himself. I think there you just saw he had the 6'1", number 14 Kozel on him, and he threw a couple up and unders and got a call. Connects there on a second.
Daly splits the pair. It's a 3-point Calvin advantage. 11 and 39 to play here in the first half. If you're Carthage, what do you got to see to help get a lead and then build off that, Jimmer?
Well, you like that dish right there. You like the enforcing the action by Kozel and finding his teammate Lee down low. I think looks like that. I mean, just they're doing a lot of high picks, pick and roll, come off him. If you got the open J, shoot it. But I like Kozel's game there. Eyes up, knowing that Lee's going to be open if they double him off the pick.
Right, and this Carthage team, kind of what we mentioned earlier, without a true center, even without really a true power forward either, running about, you got a lot of 6'4" bodies. I mean, is it just kind of a shell offense, 5 out, 4 out, 1 in? What do you think?
Sure. I mean, early on we see a lot of 3 balls going up too, and smaller teams tend to like to put up the long ball more often. But I like the energy on D too. I mean, they don't go taller than 6'5" here.
Wilkes the line drive, no good for
again,
3.
You can see the aggressiveness on the rebounding too, on both ends. Got to make up for height differential in some way.
Valentine, the corner 2. That rims out.
See, that's what's going to work for Carthage, though, is that drive and kick. You got shooters planted on the outside. So when you drive, they collapse. When the Knights collapse, look out on the perimeter. You got some open looks.
Daly takes the screen, goes away from it. Layup no good. Offensive rebound, Daly again no, and he's going to go to the line.
You saw about 3 red men collapse on Daly on that drive. They know, they're aware he's averaging over 18 points per game. And if you're Daly, you see 2, 3 red jerseys come at you. Last minute, look out. You're going to have a guy or 2 open.
Right.
As I was just saying for Carthage, drive and kick, that game can work for the Knights too.
Daly now 1 of 4 from the field as this free throw. First one is no good, and that was the one knock we did have on him. He's not very efficient from the free throw line, coming in at 57%.
Yeah.
He's 1 of 4 now. So talk to me. I mean, you have a star player for Calvin, Jordan Daly. You want to get him going. You want him to be aggressive, but you don't necessarily want him to go to the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky situation because he is your leading night in free throw attempts. But again, as we said, he's under 57%. But he likes to take it to the rack, too. He can shoot it. He can. He likes to. But he also puts the head down and take it to the rack. But you just would hope that that number is creeping up more towards 70 and above.
You got a foul there. Off ball, on the ground on Michael Wilkes. Back deep down, banging around is Sean Valentine. The layup up and good, and that breaks a little scoreless span for Carthage.
Nice adjustment there from Valentine, the senior from Cary, Illinois. Crystal Lake Prairie Ridge coming to play tonight.
Parks to Welch. Welch at the elbow. Back to Parks. Parks for three, no good. That was a little deep. Long rebound off, last touched by Kadrowski.
Parks won't be shy to keep putting that three ball up. Again, above and beyond the leader in three-point attempts for Calvin.
Daly to Siegel. Siegel to Meppelink, back to Siegel. He's going to back down Kadrowski, go right at him. Layup, no good.
You know, this is different, though, for Siegel. A lot of offensive action going through him. And, again, just his third game.
It's a nice look there by Valentine. The short 10-footer is no good.
Valentine had a little space there to maybe drive and get a little closer to the bucket. Instead, opted for a little fadeaway from just beyond the block. But, again, I mean, he's going to play some big minutes tonight, give a 6'4" height coming off the bench. Again, that's one of their taller players.
Are you surprised to see Calvin not necessarily, I mean, dribbling and getting down to the paint, but not necessarily a lot of post-ups for Calvin?
Right. And we just saw here, they did try to post up, and there we had Lee. It looked like he was set, balanced there. Yeah. Unfortunately, call goes against Lee and Carthage. And, you know, here we see Welch at the line. I do like Welch's game, who's shooting here at the line. Gives you almost 6 rebounds per game in 23 minutes. He's starting. But I still like what he gives Calvin down low, because they run a lot of it through their guards, through Daly and through Parks. But you like to see some opportunities for Welch and company in the paint.
Menningen to check in for Calvin.
Nice take.
Right down the middle. Kevin Kozel for 2.
Kozel's been around. Senior from Prospect Heights, Illinois. Product of Arlington Heights Hershey.
What a pass. I mean, you're going across the lane, across the court, two-hand bounce pass to Daly. Can't finish, but he's going to go back to the line.
You always hope when you're the passer, you know, the potential assister there, you hope your teammate can complete it on first chance. But he gets to the line here. It's a nice opportunity. Daly to find him maybe a rhythm here at the line.
First one's good.
It's like Drews just checked in for Calvin, the junior from Rochester Hills. There, Daly gets 2 in a row. Nice for your confidence, especially as a scorer of his caliber.
Eight minutes, 40 seconds to play. Carthage with a 4-point deficit. Valentine for 2. We've seen him shoot that short corner jumper 3 times now. Gets that one to rattle in. He too has a pretty good stroke.
And it starts with the pass from Kozel. I mean, getting in the lane, being patient, and Kozel's second on the team in assists. You see a great backdoor cut.
Man.
What a dish to Parks there. That was from Siegel, wasn't it?
Sure was. Pretty quiet second half of action in the first half for Kadrowski for Carthage.
Yep. Just had some time on the bench. Here he goes, firing right away.
Long rebound. Goes to Kelvin, and it's going to be Nate Drews across the timeline. Daly looking for that ball. Bang, that one's in for him. The three-pointer, count it.
And just like that, 7:42 to play here in the first half. Daly has 9, halfway to his average. Smooth looking stroke there. You know, with Jeldson right in his grill.
Let me tell you a little bit about the Midwest Challenge. History of 4 schools. The College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin and the MIAA Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association began a regular season tournament for both men and women's basketball December of 2004. Carthage College and Wheaton College from the CCIW, along with Calvin College and Hope College from the MIAA, rotate the 2-day CCIW MIAA Basketball Classic among all 4 sites on the first weekend of December. Carthage and Wheaton did not play each other, nor did Calvin and Hope so far. So, another three-point attempt, no good for Carthage, and Calvin to lead the break.
I like the play out of the timeout for the Redmen there, getting an open look for Kozel from 3. Nice flare, cut after the screen.
Three-point attempt, Calvin. That's going to be that's going to be Drews, no good. 7-point Calvin advantage, 7 and 8 seconds here in the first half. Kadrowski down low, layup no good, but he's going to get a foul. Since these teams have been playing since 2004, all right, Wheaton in this Midwest Challenge series, they're standing. Wheaton leads it with a record of 14-8. Then you go Hope in second, 12-10.
Right.
Carthage in third, 10-12. And Calvin in fourth at 8-14. So I think it's kind of interesting. No one really has.
No one running away with it. And no one, too far in the cellar there.
First one by Kadrowski is good. And the second follows.
Confident kid he is as a freshman. We're seeing him taking it to the rack quite a bit. Confident in his handles. He'll put it up from 3 too. I'm liking his game so far. My first live look at Kadrowski here.
Welch to Kronemeyer, the point guard post up. Ball's on the deck. It's going to be tied up, and a jump ball. This possession arrow is going to be in favor of Carthage.
Got to be feisty on D like that. Cruz coming over with the help. Gets it back to the Redmen.
Interesting there to see point guard post up. A lot of times you'll see that, when one point guard really outsizes another. But if you look, Kronemeyer was actually, being guarded by Kelton. He has about 2 inches shorter than Kelton, so it was surprising that they went down low to him to favor it.
Sure. And you see another drive in the lane here for Carthage. But it's looking like an offensive foul. Oh, no.
That is his second. Team's 9th.
That's the 9th foul for Carthage.
Entering the lineup for Carthage, number 32, Scott McNellis.
For Carthage, Scott McNellis, number 32, checks into the game. First free throw for Calvin. Mike Welch is good.
Welch gives you about 70% from the line. Strong presence, junior, out of Stevensville, Michigan.
Second one's good. You've got a 28-21 lead, 6 and 23 to play in favor of the Knights.
You don't want this lead quickly to go to double digits. So here's a big 3.
Kadrowski, Kelton back to Kadrowski for the open look.
He had a man open underneath.
He didn't see him.
Didn't catch him.
You can tell Kadrowski every time he catches the ball, he wants to put the ball up maybe lacking a little confidence, a bit of a cold night for him.
Triple threat, you know, Calvin. There's another hustle play by Kozel. But yeah, he's getting in the triple threat, you know, looking to shoot. Got the eyes up on the rim every time he's catching it. That's Kadrowski. But, you know, Calvin's going to be up in him. They know what he's produced coming into this game tonight. They won't let him get too many freebies.
Wilkes to set the screen for Kronemeyer. Kronemeyer looks down to him. He's going to turn the ball over. Keltson. Keltson to Cruz. Cruz, 2 dribbles down inside the paint. Layup is good.
There you go for Cruz. We've seen him last 3 or 4 possessions really try to get a bucket down under. Finally gets one to fall. That's good for him. Play some hard-nosed D there on that possession also. Forcing Wilkes into the tough shot.
Wilkes looked like, I mean, he believed it looked like it from here. He may have got a little contact on that shot. No call by the referee. Carthage trailing by 5. I'd like to see right here maybe another high ball screen.
Could see it here. That flare cut off the screen.
Keltson down the lane. Contact. They're going to call a charge here.
Stepping in, Welch.
That is his first. Team's 10. Entering the line for Calvin, number 50, Mike Siegel.
Keltson, another red man, trying to find his way through the lane. Seems like they can get in there at will, but it's just the collapsing of the Calvin defenders once they're in that blue area.
Beautiful backdoor cut. Give and go by Daly. The layup is no good.
This one you just got to stay composed. Your Daly. Oh, there you go. You can see he's frustrated with himself again. Got to put it behind and get the next one to fall. And you just hope that Carthage here can, you know, claw away, get it back to a 1-possession game. Unfortunate turnover. You know how turnovers can just derail a team quickly. So we'll see what they got on the next offensive possession.
Both teams with 5 turnovers. Daly for 3 off front iron, no good. Good rebound by Cruz. And Kozel to push.
Kozel eyes up, surveys quickly.
Keltson, 2 hard dribbles right, then comes back left. The layup is in, and yet another foul. He's going to get this one to go, maybe a 3-point option.
Here you go. Cut it to 3. Again, making noise inside the paint again. This time for Keltson.
Another rule change that happened this year, along with the shot clock going from 35 seconds of possession to 30, is the new rule with the semicircle in the paint. So one thing that they're working on, kind of to keep this, the offensive player protected, is the defender is entitled to his space of verticality, straight up right there. And I think that's where they got Daly, is he was straight up for a moment, but then when he came to try and block it, his hands came down a little bit, and then that's no longer his space technically.
Sure.
I'll tell you, these referees, it gets tighter and tighter every year. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. Changes that are protecting the offensive player quite a bit this year in college basketball, all levels.
Yeah.
See this inbounds play here from Calvin, see if it runs through Daly. Screen out. Couldn't find him.
Daly posting up. We got a block call on Carthage. That's going to be on Cruz.
You know, that's Cruz just trying to protect the baseline, and just a slight bump, but that puts Daly at the line again, where he's, you know, made 6 trips already, 6 shots. This is going to be 7 and 8.
He's made a couple in a row.
Yeah, he has.
Starting to get
last 2.
Starting to get a touch. Another one in.
First player to double figures tonight. Daly with 10.
In this, since this tournament started in 2004, we have the free throw record is 14 by a player. Steve Jerkovich versus Calvin. That was of Carthage back in 2008. He made 14 free throws.
Wow.
That's just off the top of my head. I don't,
Where'd you pull that one?
That was 08, wasn't it?
Let's fact check him here. See Calvin back at the line, and that's all produced from the start after that second Daly free throw miss. You saw Siegel getting up for the tip out, and he kept that alive for Calvin. A little scramble at midcourt, and there you go. Welch gets a couple.
He's 6 of 6 from the line. All of his points on the night coming from there. That's one way to do it. Olsen back into the game. He rested for quite a bit. Gadrowski.
Bam.
Tickles a twine, huh?
There you go. We said he's looking to shoot. Got to keep this team in his game. It's not all going through him, but that when you see those fall for Gadrowski, that's pleasing to the eyes for the Redmen.
And for me, I like to see.
Yeah,
I mean, that was from here. That shot looked as good as gold.
Now not shooting great, 2 of 7, but he's got 9. He's 35 to play in the first half.
He's the kind of player, kind of like yourself, Jim. He's the kind of player where 2 of 7, but the players around him continue every time he touches the ball. You kind of get a nod of approval, like, yeah, go ahead and shoot this one, go ahead. That kind of shooter, you know what I mean? And so that's a confidence booster all around. Even when you're struggling, your teammates believe in you.
Yep. And to have that belief and respect from your teammates when you're a freshman, that's big.
Cruz gets Daly in the air. He kicks to McNellis. McNellis, the 3, no good. Daly to lead the break. He's got Welch. Welch brings it back out to Cannoni. Cannoni around the end, back to Welch from the free throw line. No.
That's a missed shot, but I like Cannoni's game. He's doing a lot of driving and kicking. He's got slick passing skills. He's not going to look to shoot first. He's looking to get his teammates involved and open.
Olsen for 3. No. Parks gets a screen back at the top of the key. Ball's going to be tipped by McNellis. Another turnover for Calvin.
It's big, just getting fingertips, whatever, on the ball and those entry passes. That's huge because you never know where it can wind up, and there it gave it back to Redmond.
Kadrowski from that same spot. That one's long. Beautiful ball movement there to get him open.
It was. And they have eyes on him. They know where he is on the floor.
Daly favoring that right side. He did it again. This time he gets the layup to fall.
And see if Cruz there stops the baseline, that could be another blocking foul, but Daly evades him, gets an easy 2 right at the rim.
And all of a sudden 18 minutes to play, and we're starting to get a little flow up here, huh?
Right.
That shot by Stevenson, he comes back off the bench. That one's no good. It's a 33-29 ball game, 1:50 to play. Parks down the middle, layup, no good. Olsen with the rebound, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah.
And that was tough there. You had Stevenson, Kadrowski, and Olsen, all 3 there. No one really communicated with who to get the ball. You can't have looking to make this thing a little closer at halftime. You can't have that miscommunication.
Sure, you can't, especially with a guy driving like Parks.
Welch off the inbound. That's going to be blocked by McNellis. Welch again, this time blocked by Cruz. Stevenson to Olsen. Olsen 1:35 to play here in the first half. It's Kadrowski. Cruz for 3. No, that's going to be short. Daly the rebound. He's got a chance at a 1-on-3. Ball's dribbled off Kadrowski's foot. Olsen picks it up this time. Back to Kadrowski.
Watch out here.
Stevenson fumbles the pass to Kadrowski. 3.
Man.
Yes, sir.
We might see a timeout here from Calvin. I mean, nope, they're not going to keep going with it. Vandestreek's going to let them roll.
There it is, Kadrowski.
I love that 2-man game. Stevenson, Kadrowski.
Yeah. He's 3 of 7 from 3. He has a game earlier this season, 29 points, 6 of 10 from 3.
Yeah. He's a deceptive 6'4", too. We've seen him banging down low also.
Beautiful
some scores.
Tip in for Siegel. He is, you're right. I mean, he's able to handle the ball well for 6'4". The primary point guard can also play a little 2, 3, and even dip down into the 4 for Carthage.
Sure.
It's going to be Cruz to Olsen, 40 seconds. Maybe a quick 2 for 1.
See, they're just looking for Kadrowski to
Is he going to pull
set
from
the
there?
offense up.
He's got Stevenson if he wants. No, goes down to Cruz. Cruz attacks, 6 on the shot clock. 2-point attempt, no good. And Calvin's going to be able to kill the clock here for the last Shot up 3, 35-32. Calvin leads, and Parks with ball in hand.
Wouldn't mind taking this game to a couple possessions heading into the half. Extend this lead to 5 or 6. See what they run here.
Parks the
Ooh.
3. Splash.
Man.
That one's good.
Not shy to pull the trigger.
Cruz, good if it goes.
Ooh.
No, and man, what a clutch possession there by Parks. Wasn't necessarily open, wasn't necessarily a shot that they needed, but one that he's a shooter.
He's a shooter, and it's a simple play. It's a high screen. You saw the roll too, but Parks found a little daylight. He'll put it up, as we've been talking on the broadcast. He's not shy to that.
So at the half, we have a Calvin College lead, 38-32. Let's take a look at some of the stats before we leave you guys for a little bit of a break. We've got, for Calvin in Carthage, pretty similar on the turnover side of the ball. Eight turnovers for Calvin, 6 for Carthage. You like to keep that number even lower maybe in the second half.
Right.
Free throws, Calvin with the advantage, going to the line 16 times to Carthage's only 9. It's 6 of 9 for Carthage and 13 of 16 for Calvin. Anything else stand out to you?
I see the 8 turnovers from Calvin. You know, I was thinking they were right around 10 per game, but they are up towards 16 this year. So, you know, they're on their average, but you want to also, obviously continue to limit those mishaps. We saw, Daly shoots 3 of 8, but he still gets 12 points. And why is that? He's going to the line. He's 5 of 8 from the line. Also, Carthage's leading scorers, both Kudrowski and Stevenson, doing their share of scoring. 12 for Kudrowski, 9 for Stevenson. But I like the energy on defense from Carthage, although they go into the half down 6. But we talked about the height. Still got to stay poised on the defensive side of things. But, nothing outrageous. It's 38 points. And, that's right on for Calvin's average. Carthage a little under, but we'll see how they come out firing in the second half.
Absolutely. So there it is. 6-point Calvin advantage as both teams head into locker room. Calvin coached by Kevin Van de Streek and Carthage coached by Bosco Jerkovic. We are going to be back in about 7.5 minutes. So tune back in, and we'll love to cover the second half of the game for y'all.
Pardon me? No, I always sit here. But I'm standing now because my back's bothering me. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, what? Well, that's where I was right by an aisle up by the booth up by the Civic Center myself for many years. They used to broadcast in the booth, but then they started broadcasting down by the floor. I sat up the top, or close to the top, right in front of that booth up there.
Oh, yeah.
By an aisle.
I kept requesting this.
Pardon?
I kept requesting that they move the section. Now I'm missing my old section. I'm missing the old section.
You are.
We'll get used to it.
I kind of like it because I can see both ends real good because it's more in the middle here.
We just had so many friends down here.
Yeah, I know some of the people around here too that say hi and stuff. Quite a few changes in people, they don't get their tickets after a while. Sometimes I recognize faces, but I don't know their names.
They'll be here tomorrow night, but we won't be here.
Tomorrow No, 55th across the year.
Oh, yeah. We got a few more than that. She's 93 and I'm 92.
Oh, wow. Well, you may have seen games at the Armory then when they had them over
I
there.
did.
I've seen them there too. I was just a kid back then.
And we're back for some second half action. It is Calvin College 38, Carthage 32.
Six-point lead here for Calvin heading into the second stanza. I'm looking at Carthage stats here. Mike Stevenson, second leading scorer on the season, has 9 points, but he's been in foul trouble. 2 fouls in the first half there, and played just 12 minutes, so 9 points, 2 rebounds in 12 minutes. Look for him to be in here for pretty much every minute of this second half, especially if Carthage remains down by just a hair, or if they, it's close back and forth. See a lot of production from Stevenson. On Calvin's side, we talked about it a little bit going into the break. Daly with 12 points, but also 6 rebounds. And then you got Siegel, the workhorse, with 6 boards. Welch, I'm liking his game too. First live look at him, 6 points, 4 rebounds. We mentioned Welch is shooting 0 of 5, so it's all from the free throw line, from the stripe, 6 of 6. And of course, Parks doing his thing. His leadership is on display, 10 points, 2 of 4 from deep. And yeah, we're looking for the leaders, both underclassmen and upperclassmen in this game, take over in the second half.
Calvin's got an array of players. You got Parks with 14 minutes. You got Canoni with 12 minutes. Welch 14, Wilkes 10, Daly 16, Siegel 12.
Yeah.
I mean, so they got a lot of bodies out there. I'd look to see them maybe condense that a little bit and look to push. I mean, you got to look to get maybe 5, 6 straight minutes out of your starters here in the second half to try and point lead and see what they can maybe get it to 12, even 15 points. And the other side of things for Carthage, we've mentioned time and time again, as I'm sure several other people have, they're clearly undersized. They're not nearly as long as Calvin, but
yep.
I mean, at the same time, you look up and it's a 6-point game, and you haven't had your best game out of Kadrowski. You haven't had your best game out of Stevenson. Kozel's been pretty quiet for the amount of time that he's played. He's gonna get looks. I like the way that Kelton has played. He's only got 3 points, but has done things that are kind of pretty good off the ball. He's cutting well, setting a few screens. I'd like to see. I mean, for as much as you love to see team ball, I love to see that high ball screen for Kadrowski. He's able to. I mean, he goes off that screen well, and he can penetrate. And from there, what you talked about, it's a dribble down in, and you're able to distribute and kick, and that's where you're going to get guys open. And you don't necessarily need a power forward. You don't necessarily need a center when you got a couple guys who can stretch it and shoot it.
Exactly right. We're seeing a lot of that high pick and roll, both ends of the court too. We saw it at the end of the half with Parks on Calvin's side. We'll note the rebounding advantage for Calvin, +9, 26-17 in that first half.
Calvin's going to start playoff with the possession. It's Daly right away. Right hand layup, left hand.
Yeah, switches right to left in air. Beautiful finish for the senior.
Kadrowski to Stevenson. Stevenson, double pump, layup, count it, and the bucket.
Impressive patience there by Stevenson. We do like the junior's game. He's from Burlington, Wisconsin. Now with 11 points, make that 12. We saw him couple pump fakes there on the defender. Finally got back, or finally got by him, and hey, got a bump. Got the 2.
Patience. Canoni slices into the lane to Parks. Parks goes baseline spin move to Welch. Back down to Daly. Daly the layup. That one's going to be no good. Tipped. Welch, the offensive board, no. We're going to have an off-ball foul.
You just want those bunnies back. That miss by Welch with the offensive rebound. Great to be aware, grabbing the board, but hey, maybe one dribble up and in. Just rushed it a bit. 5-point game here. Carthage still trying to get it to one possession game here.
It's going to be Cruz down low. Sky hook. No good, and Calvin looking to push. We don't have a list of the fast break points, but outside of that first or second possession, Daly had the steal here, went fast break bucket. I haven't seen many fast break attempts by either team.
No.
They're not necessarily, milking the clock, shooting the ball with 2-3 seconds on the shot clock, but by no means is this an up-tempo game.
No, it's not. And we talked about what the tempo was going to be like from the tip with both teams coming in averaging about 80. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of open, fast break transition game.
Canoni to Daly. Daly gets his defender in the air, the up and under, left-hand layup, no good.
You just got to finish that.
And that's what we
some looks down under.
Right.
Nice move. I mean, he looks great with the offensive moves. It's just finishing now.
Right, and it's tough. Some games you're going to see that called a foul, and I think that's where Daly's a bit frustrated. That's probably, the third or fourth time he's gone down low, and it's forced. He's drawing contact, doing what he's taught to do. But in a game, you got to feel out the way the refs are calling the game. The refs are not calling this as tight as other games. This time, Daly for 3, he got it. The refs
just step outside on the perimeter and get
the refs aren't calling this game as tight, so I think he's got to have a little bit better understanding of maybe burying himself down low. I mean, you got to find a way to kick that ball. As you said, you're going to miss those bunnies. That's going to be frustrating down the stretch.
Right. Great board.
Stevenson layup no good. Offensive board by Cruz. He gets the bucket to go and a foul.
I think on the other end, that's just kind of frustrating for the Redmen to see Daly, miss a couple 2-footers, and then he posts up outside. They see him open, and he drains a 3 to give him 17 points on the night.
Right.
And it extended the lead to 8. But, hey, here you go. You got a nice look from Stevenson, but crashing the boards as always. Cruz.
Daly's going to have himself, we're 6 games into the season now, and Daly's going to have himself a very good senior campaign. You got to believe. I mean, he's already averaging over 17 a game, and that's a guy who's probably been bottled up for a while. Last year, for 3 years, playing behind Jordan Brink, who was, for all intents and purposes, the hope killer. And you got to think he was just lightning in a bottle, ready to be exposed. Now it's his time. It's his year to lead the Calvin Knights, and we're seeing that already.
You're exactly right, Casey. Him and Parks just taking the reins after a couple key graduations. See Daly here again.
Wants it down low.
Ball. Yep. He likes to work in this area.
Keltson the D. That one's going to go.
And that's another thing, like we said with on Carthage's side with Kudrowski, just keep feeding him. They know where he is. He's going to keep asking for the ball, Daly that is. You see that now he's shot 14 times. As we see,
Stevenson, no good.
Daly now 6 of 14 from the field.
Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds off Cruz. We have a 10-point Calvin advantage, 17 and 16. And the first time out of the half. So we've seen, this was 6 at the half. It's up to 10 now.
Yep. A lot of that's through Daly, who has 19 now. You see he's getting up most of the shots here for Calvin in the second half. Inside, outside. I am liking this game. He could, honestly, Case, have about 25 right now. We've seen him pump fake, up and under, open layups, just missed. Maybe got bumped on a few of them. But, hey, he's at 19 above his season average with over 17 minutes to go here. In a 10-point game, you're just hoping to extend the lead. But Carthage won't go down without a fight. You hear that a lot. Don't go down without a fight. But we do like the aggressiveness of this Redmen club. Look for something to go through. Kudrowski coming out of the timeout. Still at 12 points. He was at 12 at the half. Again, we're not even 3 minutes in here, so look at him be more assertive out of this timeout.
And you mentioned last time these two teams played in the same tournament, 2014. It was Calvin with a 2-point advantage over Carthage, 75-73 in a game that absolutely came down to the wire.
Yep. Whole lot of ball game left.
It's going to be Parks to inbound. Finds Siegel. To Drews around the horn to Parks. Parks looks for Daly. That's going to be a foul on Keltson.
Keltson just doing his best. Number 10 on Carthage, trying to stick with 34 Daly on Calvin, running the baseline, trying to deflect the entry pass, just trying to prevent Daly from getting in his sweet spot. Whew. Tough looking shot there
Yeah.
for Drews. Take it if it falls. Not the prettiest, but hey, it's 2 points. There you go.
That's going to be no good for Kadrowski.
And keeping it alive. Great D there by Van Engen.
It's going to be a turnover. Carthage to run. It's Cruz. One dribble. Euro step layup. No good.
Man.
It's tough.
Entering the lineup for Calvin, number 4, Nick Kronemeyer.
Kronemeyer is going to check in for Daly as he gets a little break.
Good little break here for Daly, up 12. See how they fare without him on the court. Might go through Parks. There it is. Open look.
Drews to Parks. Parks for 3. My goodness, that's as pure as you're going to find a jump shot in all Division III basketball.
It is fun to watch. The rhythm, the set, and splash.
Olsen catch, drive, loses it. It's going to be Kronemeyer to push. He's got Sigler and Van Engel.
Looked like it could have been a walk, but hey, Carthage gets it back. No harm done.
Skip pass to Keldon.
There you go.
And the
That's what you
follow-up.
have to do. Now you're down 13, but Carthage down 15 heading into that possession, but crash those offensive boards. Calvin looks a little lost, boxing out on the defensive side of things. Carthage, those second chance points are going to be huge.
Kronemeyer, a beautiful pass. Van Engen to Siegel. Siegel, and a foul.
Carthage fouls on number 20, Mike Stevenson. That is his 3rd. Team's 2nd.
Siegel to the line, makes the first.
Entering the lineup for Carthage, number 24, Sean Valentine.
Siegel making his first couple of free throws of the season tonight. Came in with no makes. Didn't shoot it a whole lot, but, and again, making his 3rd appearance tonight. But as we said, as we should mention again, Cam Denny out for the Knights. We're going to see a lot more Siegel, and we have seen a lot more Siegel throughout the night. Denny was the 3rd leading scorer and top rebounder for the Knights, out tonight.
Calvin can get back to 500 in the record book without him. That's going to be big for them.
It is.
Olsen the pass, going to be kicked by a Calvin defender.
Yeah, that is a nice point there too. Up 14 with just under 15 to play without the production of Denny. You know, a veteran junior from Bluffton, Indiana. Unfortunately absent tonight.
Quick release by Kadrowski. That's no good, and he can't quite.
He's
get
getting it
things
off
rolling.
cleanly. It's just you want to see a fall. We want to see one fall here.
Parks on the other end, no good. Rebound by Valentine. Carthage now to push. It's going to be Kadrowski again. That one's going in.
Oh.
No, just short.
Looked good from our angle.
Right, our
It did.
angle was dead on.
It's a little short. There he goes on defense, though. Let's see what he can do.
Looked him to draw
Transition.
contact.
A little off arm there, Rutledge.
Yeah,
But hey,
he did have a whatever gets it there, right?
he got it there. Cuts it to 12. Finally gets off the 12-point mark.
Yeah.
What he had at halftime. Kadrowski with his first 2 points of the second half.
After this game, we have 14 and 23 to play in the second half. Next game will be between the Flying Dutchman of Hope College and the Wheaton Thunder.
Looking forward to that matchup also coming up.
Yeah.
Great display of some D3 basketball tonight. Hope College, DeVos Fieldhouse, beautiful setting. Glad to be back behind the mics with you, Casey.
As am I, Jim. So look, let's take a look into the MIAA.
Yeah.
Right now is you got to think Hope College is the favorite.
Sure.
And you know Calvin was advantageous in the MIAA final as that name we said we wouldn't talk about, Brinks. He hit a buzzer beater 15-footer on a pull-up jumper to send Hope packing back home in the MIAA championship, and it's kind of the MIAA's ran through Hope and Calvin the last couple of years. You got to think this year Trine maybe in the mix, even Alma as a team who's shown themselves the last couple of years behind the Beckman brothers.
Yep.
And so the MIAA is kind of wide open this year. You think, I mean.
It is. It's fair to say that, too, without a game being played yet in conference. Just haven't seen any bouts between two MIAA teams. But, yeah, as you said, Hope in the latest D3 Hoops poll ranked number 5 in the nation.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could say it's Hope's to lose, but, again, it's way too early in the season here without a game of MIAA play under teams' belts.
Cannoni with the ball. Down to Van Ingen. Ingen goes strong to the bucket. No good. We're going to get a charge call there.
Yeah, I think he thought he had a blocking shooting foul.
Right.
Saw his little disbelief on his face
Olsen,
going the other way.
Olsen didn't necessarily, I mean, he didn't fall over or anything. Maybe it was with, I mean, it looked not much of a basketball move as the shoulder was kind of thrown into Olsen there.
Sure.
Kadrowski for 3. That one finds it, and all of a sudden this game back to single digits.
He's put up 11 threes now, can 4. But again, the offensive game for Carthage, a lot of eyes on Kadrowski.
Excellent backdoor move by Cannoni. Welch is flustered down low. Back out to Cannoni. He's shot it a few times from there this year, but not a ton.
I mean, Cannoni, he defers so much, but he likes to find guys there. Maybe a little forced. He could have, you know, crept in a little deeper into the lane, put up a layup, try to get 2. But I said it earlier in the first half. I like his game. He just tries to find the open scoring teammates.
He's been in position to. I mean, that last backdoor cut, he took baseline, could have put up a reverse layup instead. Tried to enter it to Welch.
Here's what you like if you're on Carthage's side: just turnovers, you know, offensive fouls on Calvin's end, just trying to get the ball back without any damage being done on the scoreboard. Another pick you see for Kadrowski.
A 3 would be pretty big here for Carthage as Joyner loses control there, out of bounds. That's tough there.
See an open lane, almost get too excited, lose the dribble, and go the other way. Unfortunate. Just got to try to get it back here. Back down on offense, down 9. Don't let this lead go up over double digits again.
Cannoni to Kronemeyer. A screen by Welch. Doesn't want it. To Wilkes.
There you go.
Cannoni, that's the 3 we've been looking for, and he rattles it in.
Doesn't defer, assertive, pushes it up.
That's a big 3. I mean, you got Daly and Parks on the bench. You also have Stiegel on the bench.
You're right.
If you're Calvin, you're looking who can score it, and if you're thinking maybe a broken play bucket, but instead you get a 3. Valentine, short corner, no good.
Yeah, and we talked about Cannoni's playmaking more so on the passing game all night on offense. The sophomore from South Haven, huge 3. You said, puts up, goes 9 to 12 for the lead. Power of the 3 ball.
Yeah.
Nice cushion for Calvin right here.
Daly back into the game after a 4-minute breather.
Nice take.
Stevenson.
Crafty, too. He can pull you outside of the perimeter. Yeah.
Daly coming in, looking to score right away. Shot just inside 3-point line. Count it. He came in aggressive right away.
Yep. Body control. You saw fundamentals there. You saw behind the back and a step back, but gets set. Smooth up and in. He's now at 21.
Joyner down low. Layup is good. That's a great look for Carthage.
Yep, great look. Get Joyner going a little bit inside.
Daly contested by Joyner. He's going to go right side, move around a little bit. Layup no good. Offensive board. This one's good. There he is. He's a motor guy. Keep on going.
Keep on going. See a little crease, a little opening. Take it. He misses another close one, but sticks with it.
That's 3 years. I'm telling you, Jimmer, that's 3 years of hungry basketball being second fiddle to another guy. Olsen for 3. Cash.
Olsen, cuts back into the lead here. 9 points now. Like Olsen, the senior leadership from East Troy, Wisconsin.
Nice spin move by Kronemeyer. Dumps it off. Daly winds up with the ball, and maybe we got a foul on Calvin.
Olsen, who just hit the 3 for Carthage, came in tonight. 25 minutes a game, that's a pretty nice load. 12 of his 20 field goal attempts coming into this game from 3. So he will pretty much make a living on the perimeter. And you just saw the nice touch last possession.
Valentine to Kudrowski. Kudrowski fumbles around with the ball, finds Lee. That ball's going to be picked off. Can Lee get back on it? They're going to call a foul there. No, jump ball instead on Lee.
Quick jump ball.
Yeah, Lee never really ever had possession there, but the referee was to the backside of the player. He probably couldn't see from here. It looked like could have gotten away with a foul, but
sure.
Carthage will take it.
They'll take it, absolutely. Carthage has put up 23 threes. We still got 10 minutes to play, 10:32.
Think they get to 40?
Oh. I don't know if they hit the 4-0.
If I can see a team put up 40 threes tonight, I'm into that.
I'm just going to interrupt and say that's a beautiful shot there by the freshman.
Okay, that's
Kudrowski.
Kudrowski
Floater,
for 2.
one-handed.
Daly back down the middle. That ball's going to be tipped.
Get up.
And corralled by Kozel. This is a chance for Carthage. Lee gets a ball at the block. He walked.
Man. Lee's just kind of lost the handle a couple of times down in the paint.
We're moments away from this thing getting really tight. It's a couple, it was from 15, a three-pointer got us to 12, and now you got a 7-point lead that could have been down to 5, even 4.
Yep.
Carthage, it's points off turnovers.
Yep.
It's that pick 6 that we talk about a lot, and Carthage has not been able to take a turnover back to the house.
I know. You just hope their transition points, we wish we had the figure on our screen here, but we don't. But it's been to a minimal in terms of transition points, fast break. But we look at the scoring tallies now. We'll go rebounding first, 38-25 advantage for the Knights. Using that slight height advantage over Carthage. Kudrowski, Carthage at half had 12. Daly for the Knights had 12. Daly now at 23. Kudrowski at 19. So we are seeing the scorers do their things tonight. 10 minutes to play here.
It's going to be Daly to Siegler. Checks again, maybe a 3-second call. Got away with one was Welch. Parks to Daly, 10 on the shot clock, back down to Welch. Welch faces his man. Gets the ball back, 5 on the clock. He's going to ditch. Ball back to Welch. The 3 is no good. Drews the hustle play and new life for Calvin. Drews up at it right away. Rebound by Daly. Daly back up. That's going to be a strip by Lee.
Man.
And then Siegler. Wow, interesting sequence there.
Get 2 points out of all that.
Yeah.
Hey, why not? Why not?
The lead back to 9. Lee at the top of the key, swings to Kozel. Can Carthage get a systematic bucket here? Kozel, the high ball screen. Keeps going at Parks. Layup.
Tough take.
Yeah, layup no good. That's going to be a 9th. That's a 10th rebound for Jordan Daly. He is now a double-double, 23 and 10. Not too shabby, my friend.
Not too shabby. Came in second leading rebounder on the team, and we're seeing that category get filled up tonight too.
Siegler, 14-footer, cannon.
Siegel producing in his increased time tonight, extending the lead to 11 there, the deep 2.
Three-point attempt.
Daly
No
another
good.
board.
Yeah, no good for Kozel. That's going to be another rebound for Daly. Balls kick to Drews. Drews for 3, fires. No good. Daly offensive board and 2 more for him. He's causing fits for Carthage. Absolute fits. 25 points. 12 rebounds now.
It's just sticking with the play.
It is.
He's putting on a clinic of that. You take film of this game and the clips of him just miss and then stick with it. Offensive rebound. That's how he's getting a lot of his rebounds, actually, is maybe he's, intentionally missing some of those twos underneath and just to
Oh, yeah.
pad his rebound. No, but he's not giving up on the play after the first miss, both by him and his teammate.
It is a 13-point lead for Calvin, 64-51, 8 and 12 to play here in regulation. If you're Calvin, I think you got to keep your foot on the gas. This is a game that we said you're missing a few players. A few other players are stepping in. Can you get some of your reserves to get a little bit of a push here? 13-point lead. Carthage looking to scrape and crawl their way back, have been denied of a few runs of their own.
Kudrowski and Stevenson accounting for 33 of the Redmen's 51. Make that 33 of 54 because that's
a big three by Kozel.
Kozel.
Big three, back to 10. Let's see what they can do
back
with
to
it.
10. Finally gets his first three to fall. 5 points now for Kozel.
Kronemeyer in for Daly for the Knights. It's going to be Van Ingen to Parks. Back to Van Ingen at the 3. He walked.
I said earlier, turnovers, keyed amount of comeback here for Carthage. You've still got just under a high school quarter to play here, so a lot can be done in 7:36.
Yeah, and we talked about it just a second ago, points off turnovers. Calvin turns it over here. That's their 17th of the game. What can Carthage do with it?
Sure.
Kudrowski, the screen. He's going to go right, get into the defender. That's going to be blocked by Kronemeyer. Excellent defensive stand.
That's the situation there. You see 2-3 white jerseys of the Knights collapsing on Carthage's leading scorer there. Freshman got to maybe keep his eyes up, kick it out. But he's been open underneath in the paint too tonight, so I like the thinking on Kudrowski's part.
Kelton at the top of the key with 10 to shoot. It's the ball to Valentine. To Kudrowski. He's going to pull that one. Why not? Count it! Bang, a big three from the freshman.
That's just between the legs, survey the defender, pull up, whop.
That's one of those shots. Late in the shot clock, he got the ball with 6. I think we knew it, even maybe before he knew it, he was pulling that thing.
There you go.
Cannoni, layup, no good. We've got a lead of 7. It's going to be Kudrowski between the legs, drives right, kicks, pass is turned over. Now Siegel's turn to run the break. The big fella,
nice.
2 steps left, side, right hand. Go ahead.
Look at him, Siegel. What's he got now? Let's check it here. He's got you 10 points and 8 rebounds, making his presence known.
Lee at the top.
Last 2 games he's played limited time. But here, another board there for Siegel.
Kudrowski
well on his way to that double-double. First of the year for him, it would be.
Cannoni fires to Van Ingen. Drews, shooter's touch.
Power of the pump fake right there. Seen it a lot throughout the game, all levels of basketball. That pump fake can be crucial to an offensive player's arsenal. Get the defender to bite. Nice stroke by Drews.
Kozel off a screen left. He's going to come back right. He's got 12 to shoot. Calvin looking for a stop here to push maybe a lead to 13. It's going to be Kozel. No. Rebound. Siegel on the break again.
Siegel likes to push it a little
Yeah.
too.
Can Calvin really bury this lead?
Drews.
It's Drews for 3. No offensive board. Got it. Siegel. Let's see if Calvin decides to chew 30 more on this shot clock. Up 11, 5 and 17 to play. Kronemeyer. The Siegel screen. Carthage to switch. Siegel for 3.
Why not?
Ooh, in and out. Van Ingen.
Oh, man.
No good. And it's going to look like Valentine got an elbow to the eye.
Foul here? Or he is calling.
Yeah.
Foul on Siegel.
A push. Calvin's going to bring Parks, Daly, and Welch back in alongside Cannoni and Kronemeyer.
Nice energy for the 3 Knights who just went off the court. Lead at 11.
Kudrowski checks out. Stevenson in. Cruz in. Carthage without their leading scorer minutes. He's going to go to the bench. And let's see if, I mean, maybe it's just new life. Sometimes it's just, you know, you change a few subs here, there, get a guy a break. Someone's got to step up. It's crunch time. 11-point lead for Calvin. Carthage ball.
Yep. Team fouls at the moment. Important to note, 5 on Calvin, 3 on Carthage. So we head under 5 minutes.
Olsen with the ball. He's going to find. Colza went down low, looked for Stevenson, but before it, he got a foul on the arm. He's going to go to the line.
It's going to be on the shot, they're saying there. Calvin looks a little confused because it did appear Colza was dishing it off. I don't know what you saw there, Case, but I saw a little dish off.
Yeah,
they're giving
so
him 2 here. It's not the bonus, it's a 2-shot foul.
Kozel the first. Good.
Big free throws here, could cut it to 9. See, Kozel came in shooting real well from the line. 19 of 22. He's up over 85%. That'll keep increasing.
Now with a 9-point lead, 4:40 to play. Parks to bring the ball up for Calvin.
Interesting to see how much they go through Daly here.
Cruz on Daly. No one there. It's going to be Stevenson to defend Welch. Back to Daly. 14 on the clock. Daly steps right. Long 3. No. And a rebound by Cruz. What can Carthage do? Down 9. Olsen. Maybe try and find a way off ball screen to get the shooter a look. He's going to drive left. Find Stevenson. Tied up. Stays with it.
Good recovery
Olsen
by
here.
Knights.
He went away from, I mean, I had to stop myself, but why on earth? He got a 3-point shooter. What was he doing? It's going to be Parks. Kronemeyer for 3 and a dagger, if you will. A 3. Austin.
No.
Excuse me, Nick Kronemeyer.
Yeah, Nick. No rim there. The junior from Hamilton. Huge 3.
Huge 3, and then a
great D.
Tip over here. Let's go back to that last possession. It's a 9-point game.
Yeah.
You got Olsen, who's shot 12 of his 20 shot attempts on the season have been from 3.
Right,
A broken
into
play
that.
over here. He's on the left side. Free throw line extended. No one on him. He pump fakes, doesn't get anyone to bite, and drives right into the defense. Why?
I mean, situation like that, it just could be instinct. It's frenetic. It's hectic at that point. You just pass up a sweet opportunity as looks like Welch is going to be called with the bump. And that'll put Carthage in the bonus.
That was going to be on Cannoni, right before
Cannoni.
Welch got to him.
Sorry.
And for Carthage, if you want a shot, I mean, important to score points with no clock ticking, right? Free throw line.
Oh, yeah. You like it, especially when you're hitting them.
If you're Calvin, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. It's got to be Parks. It's got to be Daly. Eat up clock. Chew it up.
Force Carthage to come out tight on you on the perimeter. And, I mean, just 3 fouls on Carthage, so it's not close to the bonus yet for the Knights.
Calvin to break the press relatively easy. It's going to be Daly from 8 feet, dribbles back out.
Smart play there.
Yeah.
Now you can trim the time down.
Kronemeyer now. Cruz applying pressure. He's 30 feet from the bucket with 10 seconds to go. No screen coming. It's going to be Kronemeyer and Cruz one-on-one. Cruz with the tip across the timeline. Can he go at Kronemeyer? And he does. Left-handed layup. Sure as can be. That leads back down to 8.
How about Cruz on D? Came in as the team's leading defender, and I've been watching him on the defensive side of the ball. And it is fun to watch. He's trying to just
He's right up in there. Right up in there on Daly. And now that's what Carthage is doing it now, really pressuring the guards of Calvin.
Man.
What are we going to go here? Foul on Stevenson.
Again, just the 4th team foul on the Redmen.
2:40 to play. 8-point Calvin College lead, and we're going to have a Van de Streek timeout for Calvin. I like to see, I mean, it's easy to say when, your back's up against a wall. Carthage are going to have to erase an 8-point lead if they want a chance at winning this. But I mean, now you see the guards really applying pressure. You're guarding Daly, you're guarding Parks 26 feet from the cup. That's what you got to do. And you wonder, a guard-heavy team maybe throw that out there. Hindsight's 2020, but throw that out there maybe a little earlier. I don't know. But anyway, if you're Calvin too, you're going to see a Carthage press, and you're going to have to keep the ball in the hands of Austin Parks. Right? I mean, that guy's got the ball on a string.
All right, keep it in Parks' hands. It looked like, I believe it was Kronemeyer who got stripped there by Cruz. I mean, he looked confident with the handle right before the quick strip, but I mean, that's huge for Carthage to get that turnover and capitalize on the turnover. We've seen them get that open opportunity, but just not fulfill the chance at hand. But there, nice finish by Cruz on the other end. And hey, I mean, coming out of this timeout, it's going to be Calvin's ball, but quick turnover, you get the ball rolling back the other way down the court and find, Kudrowski's in there now, and you got Stevenson. I mean, 4, maybe all 5 of these Carthage guys can hit an open 3.
Yeah.
Cut it to 5.
If you're Carthage,
not even 2 minutes left.
Right. If you're Carthage, you got, I mean, this is where you got Daly, who's got 25 and 12, very much scoring, and has made use of the free throw line as of late. But statistics prove he's, just under 60%. Is he the guy you want to put on the line, or do you let, you don't want to go clutch moment? What do you think?
Sure. I mean, we'll watch this possession play out.
Cannoni at the top of the key, defended by Kudrowski. It's going to be a rub screen. Parks back to Cannoni as the Knights are going to look to milk some of this clock. Cannoni, great crossover and attack. Back to Kronemeyer. Kronemeyer 2 and 23 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. It's going to be Cannoni. Looks down low to Welch. Drives left, spin right, layup.
Wow.
No. But there was a foul.
Aggressive there by Cannoni. The sophomore, again, we saw a lot early first half, even into the second half, him deferring, him looking for open teammates, but we've seen some nice, assertive, polished offensive moves.
And if you're Coach Jerkovic, that's got to be hard to see the shot clock down at 4, and you have Cannoni who's good from the line, maybe better from the line than he is. I mean, you'd rather have him shoot the ball from the field than it is from the line. 4 seconds on the clock, and I mean, you feel like as Carthage, you bailed him out there.
Exactly. Hasn't been to the line much, but he's got a nice looking stroke, and like you said, you might want to try to force him into a tough 2 instead of sending him to the line.
Carthage down 10, has trailed most of this game. Kudrowski, strong one-hand bounce pass to Stevenson. The 2-man group down low.
Stevenson knew where the defender was too. Got a nice 2-pointer to go. Cut it to 8.
Cannoni by himself through the Carthage press. It's going to be an Olsen foul on Parks, but still not in the bonus, just 16 fouls.
6th foul, 1 away now. And you talked about who do you get the ball to. If you're Calvin, Parks is definitely looking like the go-to guy, the point guard, the senior leader, shooting 88% from the line,
right.
So no doubt want to find him, ideally.
Daly, they're going to try and double him here. Daly gets through the double team to Kronemeyer. Kronemeyer to Cannoni, back to Parks. This is the guy you don't want to foul, but they do anyway.
Yep.
Kozel there on the foul.
Getting down there in time.
It's going to put Parks to the line. Parks hasn't shot a free throw yet today. He's 5 of 9 from the field, good for 13 points. He's second on the list for Calvin.
Entering the line for Carthage, number 12, Derek Mason.
Couple big shots here if he can, it's a 1-and-1. There you go.
Sure enough, Parks hits the first. That leads back to 9.
Yep, you like him at the line in these situations. He's been here. He's shooting nearly 90%.
Parks again. Go ahead and count it. That leads to 10. 1 and 38 to play. Carthage gotta hurry.
Getting down to it here for Carthage. Let's see, high screens, possibly kicking.
Kudrowski.
Driving kick, I was going to say there.
Right hand take, no good. Carthage not looking to foul yet. You question. They're trying to go for a steal without giving up more points as they're down 10 already. It's going to be Daly at the top. And Calvin just play a little keep away here. 10 seconds on the clock. Carthage looking to just play some straight up defense. Cannoni for three,
Oh.
no.
Could have been the true dagger. Just under a minute now, though. This is desperation time.
Derek
for the
Mason for Carthage. You're going to find Stevenson in the corner for three, rims out. And
looks like Carthage is just going to, they'll play aggressive D the last 45 seconds, but.
there it is, a steal. Daly, his pass is tipped. And Carthage, that's going to be Kozel no good on the layup. It's a 10-point lead, 30 seconds to go. And the Knights can all but close it out here. 5-second differential between the shot and game clock.
Coach Vanderstreek was not pleased with that
Right.
last turnover for Calvin. Hopefully they can hold on and just run out these last 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Austin Parks. At
See
the
what they
top
do
of the-
here with
top.
7.
Yep, at the top of the key. It's going to go in at 5 for the step back long 2. Why not?
Why not? 17 for Parks.
Kudrowski one more time for 3. No. And Kronemeyer gets the rebound for Calvin. There goes the final buzzer. Calvin 77, Carthage 65 in a game that was led most of the way by Calvin. They're able to not squeaking out. They're able to take control. I mean, it got close late.
It did.
But at the same time, Calvin really had control of this game. There were times where Carthage looked like they were going to make a push and go back, and then it was Calvin. They played a trusted game. I mean, you watched that floor. You watched on the floor and you thought they were in control. It was their game at Toulouse. I mean, they come in with a 2-3 record. Now go to 3-3. Carthage at 4-1, down to now 4-2. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you just said it. Getting Calvin back up to the 500 mark, 3-3 on the season, as we near closer and closer to MIAA conference play. I mentioned Coach Vanderstreek upset with the last turnover, but gotta love the senior shot from Parks there to close it out. But also, you have to love Mike Siegel's entrance into this game, number 20, the junior Siegel, number 50, the sophomore from Fremont, coming in for, we suppose that's for the injured Cam Denny, and putting up a
Leading the way for the Knights, Jordan Daly, 25 points, 12 rebounds, 9 of 19 from the field. So not his best shooting performance, but by all means, you'll take a 25 and 12 out of your leader.
Sure.
There's Austin Parks adding 17. As far as it goes for Carthage, 22 points out of the freshman, Jordan Kudrowski. Mike Stevenson, as expected, added 18. That's kind of just what
40
he does.
of the 65 from those two.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for the first game of the night. Calvin College takes home a 12-point victory over the Carthage Redmen. We got a chance in 25 minutes to check out the Wheaton Thunder and the Hope College Flying Dutchman. Do us all a favor and check back in. We are going to hit a little break. We thank you guys for listening and signing off temporarily.